Hello, everyone. Thanks for pressing play. You are watching a brand new episode of Talking Comics, ExcaliburCCGTV, where every week we come together to tell you about the great comics that are hitting the shelf. We are talking about November 16, 2016. I am Chris.
I'm Randy.
We are Excalibur Comics, Cards, and Games here in Shreveport, Louisiana, as well as in Texarkana, Texas. You can always find out what's going on with us at our website, ExcaliburCCG.com, and follow us on Facebook and Twitter. The links are down below in the description down there. Guys, this is the weekend. This is where it all happens. This is what we've been talking about. This is what we've been hyping. This is what we have been trying to get you prepared for. Randy, what is happening this weekend?
Well, even before the weekend starts, because it starts on Thursday, we have the mega sale.
Boom.
It is here. November 17th, it begins, and it goes through the weekend. Sunday, the 20th, is when it will end. So this is the time to make sure you have everything on your list together and you are ready to come and save. You get lots of stuff in the process of saving.
Exactly. Guys, both locations, discounts on everything store-wide at both locations, and just dive into those back issues.
Remember, with I-49 open all the way through, you can take one day, come over here, and take another day, and go up to the other store, or vice versa.
Randy, I think you're thinking small in that regard. Because
and then back, and then back.
Because this mega sale's 4 days, you can do 2 days here and 2 days in Texarkana. That's just an idea. Guys, have fun with that. We expect to see you here. We expect you to have a great time finding some awesome stuff and participating in fantastic deals, getting your stocking stuffers, getting your Christmas presents for yourself, for your friends, for your family, your loved ones. Have a great time with that. We will see you at our mega sale November 17th through the 20th.
Yeah.
I was looking at this list of stuff this week. It's not a huge week, folks. It's like one of the smallest weeks ever for us, like ever.
Yeah.
But guys, we're going to go ahead and dive into new number ones. And one that we've been looking forward to for quite a while now, especially since it was announced. It was like that possibility of like, I think I want to check that out. Marvel's up their ante here. So from Marvel Comics, we have Thanos, number one, coming from Marvel, hitting the shelf. We got Jeff Lemire on board as the writer, and we've got Mike Deodato on board as the artist, telling us about Thanos. Evil has been unleashed on the universe. Thanos, who is possibly the most evil individual in the Marvel Universe, is back, and he's out for vengeance. But before or along the way to getting that vengeance, he may have to have a reckoning with his family. So we will get to take a look at that as we take a walk on the dark side of the galaxy here with Thanos, number one, dropping this week.
I've got two here for you guys. First up, from Boom Studios, we have Slam. Number one. Some people will know. Pamela Ribon, who's written some books over with Rick and Morty, and Veronica Fish, who's gotten her name on Archie, known on Archie, and right now in Spider-Woman, bring you this book. It's about Knockout and I Think I Can. Those are the two characters there. They are both... they are roller derby girls.
Yeah.
They are best friends, and they have been best friends since they first entered into the whole orientation process with the East Side Roller Girls. And things are going to get a little complicated for them and their friendship when they are drafted to separate teams. So they're going to have to figure out, can they face off against each other while being friends. We'll see. I don't know if this is ongoing. Don't know if it's a miniseries. I think it may be a miniseries. I didn't see anything. But the other one that I am really looking forward to is Dark Horse brings us Ether, number one. This is a 5-issue series. It didn't say it, so maybe they changed something there. Matt Kent is on board to write it, and the beautiful art of David Rubin will be featured in this book. With this, we're taking a look at Boone Diaz. He is this science guy that somehow finds himself in a magical world. Everybody there thinks that he's the greatest person ever because he uses his very scientific, logical mind to explain everything, and they put that to use with solving some of their toughest crimes. And I guess it's kind of like another book I'll talk about later on, where they're trying to figure out reality versus the abstract, which is there in front of them. Boone is having to figure out what it is he's looking at. So is it something that will overcome him? We don't know. But 2 smaller indie books will be coming out. One of them is very much so. I've been waiting for this. If you guys have not been introduced to Dave Rubin's art, pick up the Aurora West books, because he was the artist on those. Battling Boy is Paul Pope, Aurora West is David Rubin. Okay. And then he's an artist. He did 2 graphic novels called Hero. Okay. And it's the journeys of Hercules. The 12 Trials of Hercules. But it's like a mixture of the ancient with like modern technology. Cool. It's very cool.
Okay. I didn't. The name sounded familiar, but I was like, I couldn't place.
Yeah, he's a Spanish artist.
Cool, very cool, guys. So, guys, those are the main number ones that we're covering for this week. There is a new Valiant series coming out, Arbinger Renegades. For all you Valiant fans out there, we have a few here, and there's a couple other indies that are dropping this week. But some will have a limited quantity, some we won't have because people just didn't pre-order it, just weren't interested in it. But these are some of the ones that we're really looking forward to getting and to reading in our hands this week. Let's go ahead and dive into a couple of storylines, mainly one storyline, because the clone conspiracy continues this week. Mm-hmm. And it continues in Amazing Spider-Man number 21, dropping this week. For all of you guys that are reading the clone conspiracy, don't miss out on this issue. We got the return of Carrion as he puts the Scarlet Spider in big trouble. And where has Kane been since the Spider-Verse? And what's going on with all this, and what does it all have to do with the Jackal's plan? Also, Silk number 14 is a tie-in to the Clone Conspiracy as well. So all of you fans of the Clone Conspiracy and what's going on with the main series, and you want to check out the tie-ins, those are the 2 books to check out this week. No Civil War II tie-ins, no DC stuff that I'm aware of. DC is mainly relegating their storylines right now into each character's book or each title's books. Like there's the I Am Suicide storyline going on with the Batman book right now, and then you got the other storyline like with Aquaman. They're doing their own individual storylines, not a big crossover of any kind.
That doesn't happen until later on with the Suicide Squad and Justice League.
Exactly. So guys, there's your number ones, a couple of storylines for you to check out this week. Now it's time for us to move on to our favorites, some of the books that will be the first books at the top of our stack of stuff to read. Randy, what's up for you, bro?
I told you there's another book that deals with a person trying to figure out what he's looking at is real or imaginary, I guess, and that's Kate Carson. With Kate Carson has a cybernetic eye number 2. We're going to get an origin of the cybernetic eye in this issue, and the land that his wife is from or was from, Moldrug. There's something going on there that's that he's going to have to come out of his retirement to go and explore, figure out what exactly is happening. We've also got Jessica Jones number 2, first issue. Interesting stuff happening there. We're also going to, this is just more mystery, more looking into her past, something that the caper or whatever that she's been hired somehow is tied into her past. And we also have Luke Cage that just wants to know, where is the baby? Where is his daughter? So yeah, things apparently have soured in that relationship.
Ouch.
Yeah. Very few characters these days have happy relationships, especially in Marvel's books.
Yeah, exactly.
They really have a tough time with that. I don't want to go off on things, but
as a recently married man,
well, no, it's just they, it especially seems to affect minority characters here. I don't know if that's a statement or what, but come on, guys, get it together. No. I mean, these are basically fairy tales. Give us a fairy tale ending to some of these characters. Yeah. I would love that. Yeah. Bring back Misty and Danny for me. Keep Jessica and Luke together, and bring back Storm and T'Challa. Those are 3 big relationships I hate that they killed.
Yeah.
Mary Jane and Peter. I'll throw that out there too. We get it in one realm, but
yeah,
not the 6-on-6.
Exactly. Oh, we could, man, that could be a whole. Oh man,
that could be. How's this thinking? Finally, I've got Joyride number 7 comes out with this one. We're looking at long ago, I think in like issue 2, Uma released this 8th dimensional creature, and it has now conquered a world and decided to throw a huge party in her honor for helping release it. So now the most carefree person in the world, or in the universe, possibly, Uma, has to do one of the most adult-like and responsible things: call the cops.
Oh. Good one.
Yeah, it's fun stuff. So we took a little more time. I actually gave you a 3 because it was like nothing else going on this week.
It's just the truth. Just the truth. Guys, for me, Reborn, number 2. Definitely looking forward to this series. First issue was a solid first issue. Nothing mind-blowing. Nothing that's just, just going to knock your socks off. But...
pretty art.
Oh, man. That Greg Capullo art is fantastic. Love it, love it, love it. And looking forward to it, even more of it here with the second issue, as we can take a look at Bonnie in this world, Adistria, and she has a sword thrust into her hand. She's also possibly the only hope for Adistria. She may be their savior. So we'll take a look. Apparently she's supposed to be there. She was supposed to come there. So we'll find out even more with issue number 2 of Reborn. Also, Moonshine, number 2. Looking forward to that issue. Seems like it's been a while since we got number 1 to number 2.
It's maybe just slightly past a month. It's not. It's closer to a month than 2 months. I know that.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so I can deal with that, but I did notice.
Yeah. Maybe a little.
Guys, so then we can take a look at, this is part 2, we can take a look at gangster Lou Perlo, as he is in Appalachia trying to work out a deal with the guy who creates the best beer, the best moonshine.
2 totally different things.
Thank you for clarifying, sir. You got your ales, you got your meads, you got your moonshine, but we get to see that there's even more to what's going on with this moonshine and this area of the country that even the big time mob bosses may not want to get into with. So we get to check this out. This is from Azzarello and Risso. If you guys loved 100 Bullets, that's that creative team. You should be checking out this creator-owned series from them. So guys, those are just a couple of my picks of the week. My favorites for the week. So be sure and check out these books if you haven't already. And guys, if you are checking out some of our favorites that we've mentioned to you and you never checked it out before, let us know in the comments. We love making recommendations and then finding out that people are actually checking out those recommendations.
Yeah.
It's really cool. So guys, tell us what your favorites are for this week as well. Let's move on to our pick of the week. Guys, the caveat is simple. You can only walk out of the comic shop with one new comic, one that we've covered here today, or something else entirely that you're looking forward to, but it's the only thing that you can walk out of the comic shop with. Randy, what is going to be your pick of the week this week?
That is tough.
know,
There
right?
are some really good... There's not a lot coming out this week, but there's some really good ones I'm looking forward to.
Yeah.
Let's go with... I love Joyride. It's such a great book. I think that may slightly beat out everything else, because, I mean, Thanos, we'll go with Joyride.
Joyride for you?
Yeah. What about you?
Thanos!
Yeah.
Yep, sorry. That's how it is, guys.
It's right up there. I mean, Ether, I'm really looking forward to that one, too, because what Matt Kent's been doing on Department H has been phenomenal, and I'm interested to see his writing with Ruben's art, because if you've seen those preview pages, they are trippy. They are awesome.
Nice.
So there are quite a few books here that I'm really... I may just have to shuffle them, close my eyes, and pick one out. But I'll go with, for your little thing that you do here, I'll go with Joyride.
Joyride, okay. Yeah. Very good. Very good. So, guys, you know our picks of the week. Tell us your pick of the week down in the comments down below. Have fun with that. Yes, yes, yes. So, guys, props to Rob C, because you got, I posted it, but you got the comment of the week for our last video talking about Doctor Strange, non-spoily Doctor Strange stuff, and then your pick of the week. Great job. Thank you for that comment. It was very nice and didn't spoil anything, but definitely expressed how he felt about the movie and stuff. So that was really, really cool. Guys, leave comments. We love comments. So guys, let's move on to our question of the week. There have been a slew of X-Men comic book related announcements.
Yes.
We have the entire Resurrection
Holy cow.
thing coming. The whole relaunch of several X-Men characters into their own books, mutant characters into their own books, returning to their own books. We've got some people that never had an ongoing series before. They're going to have ongoing series. We got some characters returning back to ongoing series. We got X-Men Gold. We got X-Men Blue. We got Cable. We got Iceman. We got
Generation X.
Generation X. And then probably a couple more that I'm
there was
missing
an
out on.
X-Force. I thought I saw something, but maybe. I don't know.
So guys, this is kind of a little twist on all of that. There's going to be a ton of mutant characters, X-Men characters that are going to be used throughout all of these series. Our question is this: who do you not want to see used? Who is overused? Which mutant characters are overused to you, and you would just like to see somebody new, a new character in that spot, or take their place, or the focus shifted to somebody new? So, Randy, since this was your idea, I
Put the blame on me.
I know you've got somebody or some people in mind that are just overused and you don't want to see more of, at least not right now. Who are you thinking about?
Well, the top two overused that I just can't stand, and one really hasn't been used much lately, but I've been very happy to see that and just want to see that continue. I do not want to see Rogue. They developed that character, and Mike Carey did a great job of getting her in control of her powers, finally overcoming something that was like 30 years in the making. And they just totally undid that. And she's back to, I can't use my powers. I can't love. I can't touch. And oh my gosh, it's terrible. I hate it. I hate the whiny character.
Okay.
Rogue and Gambit need to stay away from the comics. Gambit's like one of the worst cliches, and like does not even really talk like a Cajun. They just throw in a little, like, let me do this little bit of French here, this little bit of French here. Maybe people will buy it as a Cajun. Dude, if he was a Cajun, he'd sound a lot more like Boonhauer, because you don't understand the things some of these Cajun guys.
We know, guys.
We got a couple of them that come into the shop here.
Yeah,
and one of them, bless his heart, that's another. I still don't understand him quite.
Yeah.
And I've known him for years.
Yeah. Yeah.
But those are two of my big ones, and I'm probably going to upset some people with these other two, because I like these characters a lot, but they have been so poorly written recently that I don't want to see anything else. Take them away until you can revamp the character completely. One is Storm.
Okay. Storm
has been bland. Bland is all get out. She is a very fascinating character that they need to put to rest for right now, because they have not been able to do her justice. The other is Colossus. I love Colossus. But he has been a super whiny character for some time now, and I just don't like whiny characters. That's why I've never really cared for Cyclops until he took over.
Okay.
Like, once he said, I'm separating myself from Professor X and the X-Men, he became a much more interesting character, but I never liked whiny Cyclops.
Okay.
So yeah, they need to put a couple of them to the side, because they haven't done anything with them for a while. We're oversaturated with them being on every single team. And then there are other ones that they are just terrible characters they need to not use, and that are also oversaturated.
Yeah. I'm totally with you with Rogue and Gambit. If I never saw them again, I would be fine. If I never saw Wolverine again, within the X-Men stuff, I would be fine.
Yeah.
He's just so
Logan. You're talking about Logan.
Yes. I'm talking about Logan. I'm talking about Logan.
Okay.
I'm talking about Logan.
You're fine with X-23.
X-23 is okay. It's a change of pace for me for right now.
And Old Man Logan has been fine.
Old Man Logan's been fine too, but it's still Logan.
It's still Logan.
It's still Logan.
Just Logan Wolverine done.
Yeah. I'm just tired of that. Who else? There was another one. Oh, a newer one. I could care less if I ever see again, which I don't know if this character will be used in this resurrection stuff because he's being used over in Miles Morales Spider-Man. Gold balls. What the heck, man? I don't. No, I don't get it. And something else just in general.
Yeah.
That I want to see more of. I know. This is different. Something else I want to see more of is mutant characters that don't look perfect.
Yeah.
That don't look human.
Yeah.
I want to see more of that stuff. Because that is
the Morlockish.
Morlockish. Yeah, inhumanish type. Not that they are, but I mean, just the different where the change causes a different physical appearance in some way or another.
They are an outcast,
and it makes them. It makes the whole idea of them being hated and feared by the people they're trying to protect even more powerful concept to me.
Yeah,
it's like, yes, that's. I would. Everybody. There's too many. They're just perfect. They're gold balls, or they're
gold balls was one
stupid.
of the worst thought out characters that Bendis has really tried to shove down your throats as being some sort of good character. I liked the guy that could control technology a lot more than I liked gold balls. You know, the one that could tell Sentinels to stop and all this different thing. I like that character a lot more than gold balls. But yeah, I can see where you're coming from. They have some fascinating characters that really can't go out into society and blend in with, Hellion. He's missing his hands. He has like cybernetic hands that float around or telepathically float around with it. You have Mercury that, I mean, she looks fluid. She looks, people are going to spot her. It's kind of like a Nightcrawler thing. They know that this is somebody that's an outcast. Rockslide and Anoli are two other characters that they stick out. They're young characters that I really think need to push with something that they're doing here. I would like to. I'd hope that's probably another thing. But yeah, I could definitely see the outcast. Bring that back with the X-Men.
Yeah.
Bring back that people are scared of them.
Yes. Yeah. It doesn't always have to be the main push of the characters, but I mean, they are trying to protect a world that fears and hates them. Well, it's kind of hard to do when if they look like models all the time,
right?
What's just because if I saw a supermodel chick, come up and do something, I'd be like, oh man, you're so cool. And, oh my god, how'd you do that? It wouldn't be like, oh, beautiful woman with powers, or handsome dude with powers. It wouldn't be that way at all.
Yeah.
So
it's a lot easier for you to trust someone.
Yes, but what about the guy that looks like rocks that comes up and lifts a car off of you? You're like, oh Jesus, am I about to be attacked by a monster?
Right.
Or are they coming to eat me? And then they just walk away, or say, you'll be fine, and they walk away, or something like that. Yes, I miss that. And anyway, I could go on and on about that.
Well, it gave those characters an edge there. I mean, that was one of the things that worked so well with Callisto is like, you're the beautiful ones, and why should I trust you? You're the ones that walk around as if you are the next stage of this evolution here, yet we're down here that we're evolving with you, and we got the short end of the stick.
Yes.
I would like to see something with that. That's a good call.
Yeah,
totally non-question, but a good call.
But still, I mean, seriously, Gold Balls, Gambit. I'm not with you on Storm. I like Storm.
I'm not saying I don't
Storm
like her.
too.
I love Storm and Colossus are two great characters.
Yeah.
They just have been so poorly written. I don't care if somebody else is coming on board that's going to write them perfectly, phenomenally. They just have been used over and over and over again in poor story after poor story after poor story. Just set them to the side and allow another character to step up. There are so many mutants out there.
So many, man.
You don't have to use the same 4 or 5 over and over again. You know,
Yes.
Nightcrawler, sadly, they're characters I love, but they're on the verge of just being burnt out from being used.
Yeah.
And being used, you know, maybe, I don't know if the stories are being poorly written because they're the same characters and people just don't really know what type of story to tell with them, or if it's that they're just, their heart's not in it, or the promoting the story hasn't been in it. I don't know what the deal is, but maybe just set them off to the side.
Yeah.
Bring in the fresh new batch.
Yeah. Yeah. So guys, totally. Tell us who is overused, overrated, you see too much of within the mutant / X-Men universe. And that you make suggestions of who you'd like to see instead. I mean, that's fine.
I'll tell you another one real quickly.
Yeah.
Sabretooth off the X-Men. Does not need to be on the X-Men.
It does not need to be on the X-Men?
No.
Does not need to be a good guy or a
Does not need to be a
player?
good guy.
Does not?
No, not at all. Not at all.
Same for Magneto?
Same for Magneto, definitely.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah, Mystique,
Okay.
Magneto, Sabretooth, all those characters, they are not X-Men.
They're not X-Men.
No.
Okay.
The best part about Magneto when he was with the X-Men was he joined because he's like, Cyclops, you did what I always wanted to do. You joined all the mutants together. So I kind of submit to you because of that.
Yeah.
That was the reasoning for him being there. Not because he suddenly had a change of heart.
Right. Right.
So yeah, just villains need to be villains.
I like it. I like it. And they have several that are kind of cross the line. They're like, sometimes they are, sometimes they're not. You got Mystique, you got Emma Frost, to me, Magneto, yeah. So guys, with this relaunch of X titles, the resurrection that's going to be happening with the mutants and X-Men books in general, who would you prefer to not see? Who is overused, oversaturated, just too much of them out there, or they just annoy you? You just don't care to ever see them ever. Anybody. So guys, tell us in the comments below. Have some fun with that. And we'll meet you in the comments and have some more discussion about that as well. But that's it for this week, guys. Thanks for watching. We really appreciate it. Randy, anything else to add, sir?
We'll see you at the cell.
See you at the Mega Cell indeed. So guys, thanks for watching. Until next time, read great comments. Leave us some fantastic comments down below. And we will see you in our next video. Bye-bye.